Day 206, 205. Today, it's weird because I'm kind of supposed to have this day off, but the whole day I've just been working. I spent a good first half of the day I was spending on product, like finalizing the offers. And now that I'm set on it, I'm just want to leave it as is. I don't think there's anything else to do. I've already already made sure that the products are in line with compliance and regulations of both platform regulations and also like actual laws and the impending laws, which on July 1st there will be a new set of laws which will pretty drastically change how a lot of things will work in terms of data handling. And so making sure all of my offers are in line with that, with every single compliance factor. And I might run another double check, but I made sure it was pretty thorough. Finalized all these offers, anchors, value anchor, pricing tiers, value proposition not changed. I haven't changed it yet, and I need to update the file. Another thing I'm going to do on the side is update one of my MD files. I think is getting injected into every conversation, which I don't want it to do. This MD file, I think it's global, and I think it's wasting a lot of context, a lot of tokens. Claude has been hitting rate limits super fast recently, and it's just pissing me off. Like, bro, what the fuck? Just 2 weeks ago, I could have built this entire, and I've gone, like, built this entire workflow and done end-to-end testing with mock data, which Codex is doing initially, and then Claude Code will run tests with handoff protocol's not even fucking working, is it? Then I need a initiator for that too. Okay, yeah. Claude Code is running mock tests and live tests with real API credentials, and the one I've just built would probably only take up like 30%, maybe like 40-50% of the session limit to complete the whole thing. I think it honestly would. Maybe 70% at most. 80. Okay, yeah, 80. 80 is reasonable. But I would not have hit limits and then had to wait again. So, I mean, honestly, it's a blessing in disguise because it's kind of just given me a reminder that I do need to check on my token management. And honestly, it's not been the best. I've been a bit lazy with it, and so you can imagine how bloated some of my inputs and my chats have become. So I'm gonna get into the habit of always keeping everything lean and precise to really get the best output and also to get the most out of my money. With that being said, the rest of the week there's still some big coding projects to do. Next week there's some big coding projects to do. We're gonna run that through and hopefully not hit our weekly limit. If that happens, we're fucked. But tomorrow, in my spare time, I'm just gonna do a quick rundown, a quick audit of all my files, MD files, make sure. I'm gonna run an audit on my Claude MD and my project MDs, making sure everything's lean and that all the instructions are there. I think there are some missing instructions in the MD files, and that's honestly a waste because it's meaning that I have to send a message, a prompt for it to perform that specific instruction, which obviously that's a lot more tokens, especially if it's mid or late conversation, that I have to send a prompt like that. Whereas if it's in the instructions initially, it will not have to regurgitate everything that's been said in the chat, that's how it works, you know? So if you can avoid regurgitation where possible, then do it. And I've not been doing that. And another thing is compacting. So yeah, compacting and clearing chat. So gonna get into the habit of that. And yeah, went to the gym, ran into some guys from high school. It was cool. Had a great session, fun. We trained hard, and then we came back home, locked in. I'm very tired. I did not sleep well last night. I hope I can sleep well tonight. I'm going to bed early. I didn't go to bed early last night, but today was supposed to be kind of my last full day off, but I thought I might as well use it as an opportunity to get ahead on schedule. So I have the project timeline of the whole go-to-market project. I want to be in market by next Thursday at most. Wednesday is probably the main target, and I think it's very viable, especially because I've already started today. Although, admittedly, I wasn't really full gas because I kind of did hesitate. I was like, maybe I could just, maybe don't need to do much today because, I should just chill. But I didn't feel like it. I felt like keep going. Unfortunately, we hit rate limits. I keep forgetting that I can do that. So in terms of our work schedule, it's gonna be a little weird. It's gonna be me planning out my build sessions in time with rate limits. So it's a little staggered, admittedly. A little staggered. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Which means that I can't really just block out like an hour or two of just, doing some, like today I was doing finalizing my product, my offers and all that stuff. I spent 3 to 4 hours doing that, really being thorough. And I think I had to take an approach where that kind of has to get staggered, where the building is priority first just because of rate limits, and that's how I'm going to get the most out of this. Do that first, then go into stuff like that. And I think that's probably the best approach. Probably can do that twice in a day where I have to time the sessions correctly. 3 times would be too much because then, that's kind of unrealistic. But yeah, pretty locked in. I think I might have spent max 30 minutes just kind of watching YouTube and chilling. I was eating. I was just trying to multitask because I knew, I'm going to eventually check the Daily Valorant channel for match highlights and just check who won. And fortunately, none of the teams that played are teams I'm interested in. So I kind of just put it on 2 times speed and I just skipping through because I just cannot be asked. I just want to see who won. So I was just doing that while I was eating, just speed running, and then go back into the zone. Lately, the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've just been really avoidant of consuming. And this is, I could not stress how important it is to stop consuming. Consuming is not productive. Watching YouTube videos is not productive. Yes, you have to do it sometimes. Yes, I did it today because I was like, okay, I hit rate limits and this is something I need to learn, which is very important. I need to know how to do better with my token management. So I was like, okay, I will spend the time, just 10 minutes watching this video. Worth it. I actually got a lot of value out of that. Was it technically productive? No, because that's not what productive means. I hate how the word productive has been just repurposed for anyone's own benefit, because that's not what productive is. Productive is not, oh my gosh, I went to the gym, oh my gosh, I read a book today, that's so productive. Like, that's not productive. You fucking retarded. Productive is when you have a goal, when you have an objective, an outcome that you're trying to get, whether it's an outcome for the day, an outcome for the next 2 hours, an outcome for the week. And the productive means in a certain span of time, you took some steps to get closer to that outcome, or you achieved that outcome. If you did not take any steps to achieve that outcome, to get closer to it, or if you just missed the mark, you weren't productive. So if you watch a YouTube video on, let's say, how do you write an email copy so that you can actually understand how to structure your copy. If it's the first video you watch, the first time you spend watching videos on this for the next 20 minutes or so, sure, it's productive because you have to learn that eventually. If you don't already know that, then you kind of have to. But if you keep watching that, then you're just fucking wasting your time. Then it's not productive. Because what's actually productive is actually going out there and writing some damn fucking copy, or practicing building these workflows. That's what is productive. So I've been really avoidant of it. The most I've been consuming is just leaving stuff on in the background while I'm doing like really monotonous work, or work that does not need much focus. So pretty much not often. So when I want to watch some Alex Hormozy to learn some sauce, I mean, it gets to a point where you kind of know what you need to know. And you should just fucking do shit so you can know more. Because one of the best teachers is experience. And watching and learning is not experience. Doing and learning is experience. That's where the real lessons are learned, and that's where mistakes are made. And you learn more from mistakes than a damn YouTube video. Being productive, yes, going gym, exercising is great. Is it productive? It's only productive if you are focused on a sport, or if you are really focused on trying to get bigger at the gym, like really focused. I'm saying like you're going 5 to 6 times a week, training your basketball or whatever, so today your session was you went for a run, did some cardio, and then after that you did practice shooting. That's productive. You actually did something. But if your goal is to make some fucking money or to progress your career, then doing that stuff is not productive. Doing that stuff is a fucking distraction. That's not productive. That's a distraction. So yes, it's good. It's good for your health. Don't get me wrong, it's good. Do it. But those are kind of things you have to even moderate. Even those things you should moderate if you really want to be productive. Because at the end of the day, they're distractions if it's not productive. That's my lesson for you all today. Yeah, okay. Like, no hate, but I've seen people, I'm not gonna name names. It's not anyone. I'm not actually referring to anyone who's watching this. So the person people I'm thinking of are never gonna watch this. But I'm sure the people who are watching this and have watched this could relate to this, having done this in the past. I've done this before. Everyone has. So don't beat yourself up about it. But listening to motivational videos or motivational speakings, it's a waste of fucking time. It's a waste of time. Like, you can leave it on in the background, sure. But there's only so much motivation that can actually provide any value before you actually have to fucking do shit. Posting one video a day, if your goal is to be a big ass influencer on Instagram, posting one video a day ain't gonna do shit. I'm sorry. There's different approaches, obviously, to content creation on Instagram and TikTok. But posting one video a day, or if you want to make money off of UGC, then sending one proposal a day, it's not gonna do shit. So stop listening to motivational videos. Stop learning from people on YouTube and looking at tutorials to learn shit that you don't actually need. There's only so much knowledge you need to actually have before you can actually go out there and do shit. And I'm gonna say this again, I'm not saying that these tutorials are useless, but it gets to a point. I watch tutorials on how to build workflows. You know how many I watched? Like fucking 3. I spent maximum like 4 to 5 hours in the past 2-3 months on actually watching tutorials on how to do this shit, including the Claude code on how to set it up, how to get the most out of it. That's jack shit. Pretty much jack shit compared to some people in the industry that I'm in alone, where there are people out there just watching so many tutorials, building stuff they don't even need. Or it's building stuff that is so irrelevant. So I'm like, bro, stop wasting your fucking time. You know, this is a big lesson that I'm so glad I've learned. I'm sure there are more lessons for me to learn. And these are the kind of lessons that as I learn, or as I recall, because maybe I've already learned it, but maybe it's just something that's so second nature to me that I don't really think about it. But if I recall, or if I see something that, reminds me, maybe I should talk about that one day, I want to talk about it here. And anyone aside from Nathan and Jason who are watching this, maybe including them too, who are following this journey, maybe someone one day will start binge watching from day one and catch all the way up to here and beyond. I want to impart some lessons. Maybe this video randomly goes viral. Fuck, I hope it does not. But just want to impart some lessons as I learn them or as I recall them. This was today's lesson. I'm not going to say it again. Goodbye. Happy Easter, everyone. Easter Sunday is in a few minutes. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah. If you don't believe, maybe one day you'll believe. But just bye-bye.